Alright, looks like I'm streaming. Looks like the audio is working as well. And yikes, it's been so long since I've streamed that I don't know what I'm doing, so you'll have to bear with me for a little bit. Also, this chair is majorly squeaky, so apologies in advance for that. But yeah, hopefully everything's good. Hopefully everything works out fine. The worst thing that can happen is the stream just dies or something like that, but it should be good. There we go. Yeah, hopefully that can be shown as well. I feel like a bit of a rookie. Your car better have made it. Well, the only way to tell is to check the spreadsheet that is in the description. So double check that and you can see performance. There we go, that's what I want to see. And I'm just gonna hide the score for the way that it looks because it doesn't really matter. And we may as well hide the notes as well. There we go. So we should be able to just see performance, if I've done this right. Beautiful. Nice. Yeah, I mean, this thing is massive on the screen, so I'll just shrink it down a little bit, but I think other than that, we should be all good in the hood. It should be fun. It's been so long since I've streamed that I feel very like out of any sort of experience. Good. Okay, you can pretty much see every car that I can see, so I think we're solid. Sounds good. I'm also going to share this stream as well. Beautiful. So a couple things to note. Only real thing that's important is there we go. Only really thing that's important is that I'm going to be testing out the cars from the showcase. So if you are not familiar, you might want to check out the showcase stuff, the Group A showcase specifically, the one with Cone Dodger. That's the stuff that we're working with today. I haven't got my canvas wheel set up super well, so we're going to be using a bunch of different things to make this all come together. But I should be able to unpause with a controller. I have a wheel and a controller and a keyboard as well, so we're using like a bunch of different stuff to make this all work. There we go. Should be good. Beautiful. So yeah, guys, let me know if there's any issues with the stream or anything like that. I'm just gonna do a quick little run here. Funny, not so funny story. I literally just before the stream, suddenly my nose got stuffed up and now I'm like sniffling and stuff, so that's literally a just pre-stream issue. I've been outside all day enjoying the weather and now I'm just stuffed up at the end of it all, so sorry in advance. But it feels weird. It feels weird to stream. It feels good. I feel because I've been so busy lately, I haven't had any time to really make a good video, so hopefully this stream is the way to bring things back into the way that it should be. I'm excited. It's gonna be good. I was hoping I might have to hold on a minute. Let's do some more stream modification. I was hoping that you would be able to see the wheel, at least the top of the wheel. So let's move this up. Let's unlock the webcam. And then Move that up. Or down, I guess. There we go. And then if I lower this, oh, you can kind of see the wheel. There you go. Now you can see at least a little bit of the wheel, so that's good. Excellent. Beautiful. Okay. Should be good. So some stuff has changed since I spoke to you guys last. Mostly I got a new graphics card, so we should be able to run this stream with like zero issues at all. It's literally twice as powerful as my old card, which is excellent. And other than that, yeah, I'm moving, so I've just been busy, and the showcase it's something I've been wanting to do this year, but I just haven't had any time. So basically what's been going on is I've made myself busier by doing a showcase at the same time as moving and everything else. But that's what today is for. We're gonna try and knock off a couple cars off the list. So basically the format of the showcase, just to fill you guys in while I do a little bit of running here. That's a brick wall. It's all good. While I do a little bit of practice, basically what's going on is Cone Dodger reached out to me and he challenged me to, let's do a community challenge, he said, but we'll do a community challenge where it's community versus community. And so that's why I basically have petitioned you guys to send me cars, and you have, and there are 69 entries, although not all of them actually made it. That's what the red bars are on the scoreboard. Those are people that got DQ'd for various reasons. But basically the goal here is to choose a car from the list. I think we're actually choosing two, but I'll basically choose my top two from the list. And then we will use those against Cone Dodger's top two from his community. And then I'll be facing off against him, and there's a series of challenges and stuff. We'll make videos about it. It's going to be fun, but part of the thing is I have to choose the cars. So what I've done on the list, and you can't see it there right now, but there is a style score for each of these cars. And that's part of it because I want to show off the community and the stuff that people build, right? I want to send something that looks good. It's not just fast, but it's attractive. So I've made a scoring thing. It's out of 10, but it's basically the lowest score is like 3, so it's 3 to 8.5 is the highest. There are a couple cars that are at 8.5, and those are most likely going to be the ones that move on to the next rounds. But if they're slow and they're crap, then obviously they're not going to be used. Because speed matters too. We want something quick. So with that in mind, basically, now that I've rated every car based on the way that it looks, we need to rate the cars based on how fast they are. So that's the goal today. We're gonna just pick cars and we're just gonna run with them, and we're just gonna see how fast they are and how fast they can go, and I'm gonna have some fun with it. This whole series is sponsored by Camus. That's why I'm running with this wheel. That's why you've heard me mention them a bunch of times, but at least from my end of the showcase, they're sponsoring it, so that's why I'm using this wheel. There's a link in the description if you want to look at their stuff, and every purchase supports the channel, but I won't mention it again until the next video. By the way, this channel is like slowly becoming a sim racing channel. It seems like a weird thing to say, but this is not the only racing wheel I have in the pipeline. We got some more stuff coming up, and it's going to be a lot of fun to do some wheel versus wheel tests, and also just have some fun with racing wheels. I'm super pumped about it. The only hint that I can give is Jimmy Broadbent. That's the next stuff that we got coming. That's what I'm talking about when it comes to sim racing. Probably one of the biggest sim racers that I'm aware of. So yeah, I guess we may as well get into this. Truth be known, I haven't done any practicing. I have not even selected a track, so we're going to pick a track, and then we're going to do some practice runs. So I'll just pick out some random cars from the list, and we'll just do a couple laps and see what the time par is, and we'll see where we can go. Rules for the scores and stuff. Obviously, this is all my choice for the showcase, so we're basically going to just I'm just gonna run the cars as many times as I feel is necessary, and if I don't like it, then it's just not gonna it's not gonna go through, or maybe it won't complete a lap, or it'll be broken or whatever. The reason I hid the style score is so that I'm not tempted to just DQ cars that are crappy based on my own previous ratings. So basically, I'm not biased immediately by looking at the score and seeing that it's a 6 versus the last one that was an 8 or whatever. So yeah, thank you everybody for joining the chat. Appreciate you sticking around. Hopefully the mic and all that audio stuff is good. This car's pretty quiet, so not going to be any deafening stuff going on. But yeah, it's been a long time coming. I'm excited to get into some driving, and apologies, I'm going to move the mic slightly and it's going to sound terrible. There we go. So if the mic is a little bit out of the way, you shouldn't hear my hands rubbing on the wheel. Don't worry if you missed the beginning. All I did was just explain the rules and background and stuff. So yeah. Well, this is a really tight corner here. Let's go down to the first. Oh, vibration. Nope. Okay, so first thing we got to do is we got to pick out a track, and we'll see what works best. So the thing is that I had said before that we're going to be doing tarmac, so that means asphalt ground for this, and that still holds up. I'm thinking industrial site. I'm thinking maybe we should try one of these courses and just kind of see how they go. I have no idea what Cone Dodger has in mind for our actual running, but we shall see. So basically the track choices and stuff are kind of up to him. So I've just left that in his hands. So he wants to do tarmac, and I think that's what we're going to do. I suspect that he has a few sort of tracks in mind for these races, but I don't know which ones they are or what exactly he's planning that we're going to do. So we shall see. I think this curved one might be a good run, so let's just try it, see what it's like. We'll just do 2 laps. We're going to keep this one. This is the this car that I'm driving is made by Sure As Can Be, one of the highest rated in terms of looks from the list, from what I remember, but more than anything is just a car to practice with. So yeah, I think he's saying that we pick 2. I think I mentioned that before, Rob, but so what I'm going to do basically at the end of this is I'll tally up the performance versus the what I'm going to do is I'll assign a ratio essentially of performance versus style, and then we can figure out which car is the best based on style and performance as like a joined thing, and then we'll probably have a few that are in the top, and then I will choose from them basically my own personal favorite, and then that'll be the top 2 or whatever he wants for the challenges. So basically, even though this whole thing is like ridiculously subjective, because the style points are subjective, the times are my times, right? So obviously it's based on how I drive. It just means that I'm trying to add some objectivity to it by using ratios, for better or worse. So yeah, if we end up doing a dirt track, then anybody who ran dirt tires is going to be having an advantage, and maybe that's something I need to consider when I pick a car, because obviously my goal in this is I want our community to win. So if we win, that's great. We get bragging rights. We get we get bragging rights. That's it. That's literally all we get. The funny thing is that obviously this community is a little bit bigger than Cone Dodgers. That's not a diss to him or anything like that. It's just that we have a lot more people, so yeah, there's a lot more options. Not saying that we got a ton more entries than him, though. I think it was only double, so that's not that many. Anyway, so cars, I'm going to use the mouse to try and look over the cars. I'll do something like this to give it a little once-over, just so we're ready. What the heck is this button, YouTube? Okay, so because it's been so long since I've streamed, YouTube has added a whole bunch of crap. So if you see random emojis just coming up, then don't worry about it. I don't know what that stuff is. Anyways, so we got some fun stuff coming up because, sorry, this chair is ridiculously loud, by the way. Just FYI, like any time I move back and forth, we're gonna be hearing chair noises. In the spreadsheet, I have it on my left side. There is engine type, horsepower, and weight in kilos. So we can get power to weight ratios and stuff if I want to even go crazier with the metrics. But basically that'll give us an idea of what kind of car we're running. I believe most cars are going to be all-wheel drive. Some of them will be rear, but this will just give us a taste. Essentially, we have a car, I believe it's 55 horsepower down here. That's the lowest. And then something like 725 maybe is the highest. 725. Anybody higher than that? 729. It's basically 730 horsepower is the highest. So things are all over the place. But anyway, let's get the track that we're going to be testing with chosen. And then I'll write it on the scoreboard so we don't forget which one. And then, yeah, then we'll do some running. I basically have an hour and a half or so. So hopefully we can knock out like the first 10, 15 cars. And yeah, should be good. We're not actually going to run this car as first. I'm literally just going to go from top to bottom. Whoever submitted first is getting run first, and then the people who submitted last will get run last, unless your car is unless you're in the chat and you want to see me run it, you can't make the next stream, then we'll run it just to get it done. So yeah, too much talking, not enough actual like playing. So let's get into it. Let's hope my voice holds up. I got water. We should be good. I'm just gonna leave the cap off that. Famous last words. Watch that sucker spill all over my keyboard and this canvas wheel too. Are there going to be VODs? Yes, sir, there always will be. They'll be up immediately after this, so if you miss your car, you can just watch it, and I'll put it in a playlist, and I'll post it to the Discord. Every time I do one of these streams, the stream will get added to the playlist. So it's not going to be private or anything. It might need to be private for like a couple hours to process, but it's not going to be super private. Yeah, so let's get into it. We got 25 people watching. Thank you, everybody. Considering it's been so long since I've streamed, that's not too bad. Let's just do like a quick run through of the track, just to see what this track is about, and also to get my get my brakes organized. The wheel setup that I have is a good one, but the positioning of the pedals and such is really unideal. This is a fun track already. Driving on this with some of the 700 horsepower cars is going to be very difficult. Although I think I missed a checkpoint. Yeah, I totally did. So which way are we actually supposed to go? This way? Yes, this way. We don't get to go on the fun bit. Yeah, I think... And... you can see what it's like when you're warming up on a track. So, this one is a touch confusing. Obviously, the more times we run it, the better we're gonna get. There we go. Ooh, it's got a little jump to it as well. That's gonna be dangerous for some of these cars. One of the things I appreciate is that I think almost every car was decently high effort. I think almost everybody who submitted actually tried and put in something good. So I appreciate that. It just means that we have some stiff competition and it's going to be fun. And there we go. That's one lap of this track. Let's do another lap and just kind of see where we're at. So it's immediately a big turn at the beginning. That's cool. And then this is a tough turn here. This car seems to like second gear for this track. And then it's right, cut in deeper than that. That's a tough right-hander. Right-hander. This is what I'm like unedited, for those of you new to the channel. And then another tough right-hander. And then down, synchronizer damage, yes please, and thank you. Is that a setting I can turn off? Oh. So this track, I think the way that it's set up very heavily favors cars with good turning mostly and acceleration. There is definitely a little bit of a top speed element, but that is a very tight track, which is cool. I like the curved race track or race circuit as is. So yeah, I think that might be the one. I think that's gonna be it. I think this will be our test track. It's gonna be good. I'm excited. So we're just gonna do one lap. Industrial site, curved race circuit. Cannot spell. And that's in there. Nice. That is unfortunate, but thank you for the information, Deserter, about that. It's not the biggest deal if we can't turn that off. It just means I'm going to be damaging gears because I'm very used to the old system. This is the first car to go. It's the Technica Grupo A. Okay, some of the names I'm not going to be able to pronounce. That's just how it goes. But for performance, it's just going to be the time, just as a function of the time. From the looks of things, it looks like it's going to be about a minute for a lap, which is good. The reality of things is that we don't have time to do like a 5-minute circuit for each car. We're going to be here forever if that's the case. But for this car, it's the first one, and I only did one warm-up, two warm-up laps with the other car, so we'll do a couple laps. We'll try to get a good time with it, and I will just do the best that I can do, if that sounds good to you. So, the car is floating in the air immediately as we start, which is a good sign. This one is made by Unleaded 95, by the way. V8, 438.7 horsepower, 1,283 kilos. So the engine stuff was open, but the sizes were limited. This car is naturally aspirated, which means it has to be under 3 liters. And it's going to be, it'll be different. I think it's going to be pretty fast is what I'm trying to say. Most of the cars that are 3 liters, or most of the cars that are naturally aspirated, can't speak tonight, are 3 liters. Most of the cars that are turbo are 2 liters because they had to be 2 and under, but you want the most displacement you can get. We're going to be seeing this one a lot because of the limits in terms of the years, 1983 to, or what was it, 1985 to 1995, something like that. Basically, there was a 10-year gap. You can check out the rules. So there really isn't a lot of time to choose bodies out of an era, at least. So let's get into it. Let's run this thing, and we'll see how it does. And it is still floating in the air. Please don't float in the air, car. Okay. It doesn't work. I'm breaking the game right now. And what I'm going to do is I will go to the main menu, time trials, try it again. Yeah, so the thing about letting people know about it says the bitrate is low. I have no idea if that's actually the case. Okay, the car is still hovering in the air, which is a great sign. I've tested a few of these cars and I have not had this problem, so I'm gonna hope that this is just this car specific thing. So we're gonna load into the grid map, and then we're gonna reload the map and see if that helps. But if we can't get the game to work, the game says it's paused even in the... No, the game is definitely not paused. Let's try that again. Anyway, we'll figure it out. If we can't get it to work, I'll try it again on another attempt. So maybe export is bad, something like that. Automation does have some funky stuff these days, like if you have certain setups or you name your car a certain way, it will not export correctly, and that has always been the case. It still floats. But if I unpause the game, it resets the scenario. That does not make any sense. It worked with 2 laps, so let's try 2. Boys, we are off to a legendary start here. I thought that this was gonna work fine, but it's obviously not. Oh man, the game just crashed. Hold on, please. Yeah, bad export I think is the case, guys. We'll have to try another one. No worries. Okay, moving on to the next option. Main menu. Time trials, back down to 1 lap. Let's hope that we have better export luck here. This one is called the Vandium Redox 700. Let's see if this one works. Technical difficulties. It's all good. It's all part of the deal. So yeah, ultimately the goal, the wheel is moving back and forth. Okay, the car actually works because I can hear the engine. Good. Thank you, a real Asian, for creating this. So taking a look at this car, Vandium Redox, V8, almost 700 horsepower, and it is basically the minimum weight limit. I'm going to say that so I don't have to read out every number. The minimum weight limit was 1,230 kilograms. So anything less than that, DQ, anything more than that, you're good. So this car was good. We're not going to be running anything that's bad. Now let's see what this one is like. Just taking a quick look, we've got rear drive and that's it. Probably just rear wheel drive. All right, let's go for it. Oh, it's quick off the line. So, like I had said before, ABS is a problem. Like I had said before, what I'm going to do is a couple laps with this car just to kind of get a feel for it and the track. Man, oh man, this car is hard to drive. It is fighting me. I don't know what it is specifically about steering, but the last one was way lighter than this. But we'll give this one a couple laps, we'll give it a couple tries, and we'll pick the best of those times. Because I'm like trash out of the gate, and I definitely need to warm up with the track before we get into anything too crazy. I have to disassemble my sim rig. Oh my goodness, on the limiter. Fight! That was 1 lap, and it was 52 seconds. That's not bad. Let's put the let's put that on the board. We'll do 52.2, and the way that the times go in seconds, that also means we're gonna have to do like, in order to get my whole ratio thing to work, we can't put time in there. It's not gonna calculate, so I'll have to do everything in seconds. 52 seconds is a good start to things. I want to retry though. I want to do that again. I think I can do faster. I'm liking the short lap times. I think that that's gonna work out perfect for us. I have a suspicion with this car that if I leave it in second and just give it beans around every corner, that it'll actually work significantly better. That might be a wrong idea though. This corner is very cuttable, so we will cut that corner from now on. But for the most part, I'm going to try and keep it legit. Okay, turn in and let the wheel spin. Oh my goodness. I don't know if you guys can see that wheel spinning, but that is the force feedback on like turbo mode. It is fighting me every possible step of the way. Let's do that again. I don't think the second gear strategy was actually king there. It was not going in the way that I had planned it. But we kind of, like, first gear in this car is kind of long. So this section, as an example, we just stick it out in reverse, no need to shift. Cut the corner a little bit. We need to get into second gear. And then we drop it at first. Try to cut the corner, but it won't let me because force feedback. Jump over the jump with vigor. Down into first again. Whoa! Hold on to that wheel tight because it really wants to spin. Oh my goodness! Second gear for the final run. And third. That was less time. That was better. That was 51 seconds. Nice. 51.0. Let's do 51.06. You know what? Let's just go to one decimal place. 51.0. That's good enough for me. Hey, Cone Dodger, thank you for... yeah, thanks for joining in. We're probably not going to be making any choices tonight, but we're getting some numbers at the very least. So that's the best time so far. I think I'm going to do it one more. I'll give it one more run and see if I can do better than 51. But that is a really good time, I think. That's a very quick car. And I'm excited to see what else we got coming up next. But I'm loving these short lap times. I think it's do or die, and it's not like if I lose at the end, that it's the end of the world. Like, it basically, it just means we can just go for another rip. So yeah, I don't think grabbing second in this car there is actually the play. Oh, if I lose control of the wheel, like if I let off any... if I let my hand off the thing, then we're basically screwed. That's just real race car driving, which is not something I'm used to. I've never driven a real race car, obviously. Hold it together, man. Oh my goodness. I might need to turn the force feedback down, otherwise my arms are going to be like anchor arms by the end of this. I think that was a sloppy lap. Oh, that was sloppy. Boys, we are going to be... I'm going to be jacked by the end of this. My pipes are going to be out. Like, there's no way that this is going to go well for me. Okay, that's good. 51 seconds is the time to beat. 51.05. Just in case we get more, let's do 51.06. We'll put the second decimal place in there just in case. Because if these laps are all going to be in the 50-second range, it might even come down to it. So thank you to the Real Asian for kicking us off. We will try to export that other one again, and I will test it personally before the next stream to make sure that it actually works, the one that's above it. So, next one is the Innova. Let's give that a shot. INNOVA. And yeah, this one is now gunning to beat 51 seconds. This one, so let's just do the rundown while it's loading up the game. Does the competitive scenarios trick work anymore? I should probably be using that instead of having to reload the game every single time, because we're going to be here forever if we have to keep reloading the map. Let's try that on the next car. I will try to remember. But anyways, I've been reloading the map out of fear pretty much because of the issues we've been having. But this car looks like it's going to work. And it revs, so it's definitely going to work. So yeah, Innova Familia 2.0 Rally. And this one looks great. Very, very well done. Very, very well. I accidentally went on the... Did I screw something up in the spreadsheet there? Thankfully not. Very well done. Very nice car. I really appreciate the attention to details with the roll cage in the interior. Love this stuff. And this is exactly what I was hoping to see when people were sending cars for this showcase. So yeah, thank you to the Streber for sending this. Let's give it a go and see how it is. Oh, it's an i5. It has nearly 500 horsepower and is 1,300 kilos. Which may be much shorter gears than what we're used to as well. So no brakes around that corner, just huffing it hard. First gear is super short in this car, but it feels like it's all-wheel drive, which is a big change from what we had before. It's coming out super wide, catch it, and I caught it at the wrong angle. Let's try again. Gotta get the wheel reset here. That's straight. So yeah, second gear, first gear is kind of useless. No real need to do anything there, just hold it steady. What I want to do and what I'm tempted to do when I drive these cars is always flail the wheels, but sometimes you just gotta keep it controlled and just keep your hands on the wheel so you don't lose it. That's what I'm learning. The more of these cars that I do, the more I'm going to be learning, so that's just how it is. This one, ooh, darn. I am not the best driver, if you haven't noticed. I'm adjusting my predictions. I'm hoping we can do, in the next hour, we can probably do 10 to 15 cars and hopefully make our way down the list. There are 69 cars on the list. Not everybody actually made it, but it's quite a list, so we have some work that needs to be done there. Rumble strip and a big jump. This car, I don't think, it doesn't feel as fast as the last one, but it is a lot more controlled, and it just feels like a better car in general. I'm lost on the track now. Oh, it's this corner. We need to go down a gear. There we go. That's fast. That is the fastest time so far. That is 47 seconds. I am shocked, actually. 1.5. 47.15. Wicked quick. Let's do it again. Let's see if I can do better than that. I feel like that last lap was a little sloppy. Not cross. There's always a love-hate relationship between me and your cars. No, they usually drive well. I don't usually have problems. But it's been like over a year since my last showcase stuff, so it's maybe just memories that are disappearing from my mind. There aren't words English. I'm going to start speaking French if you're not careful. There are not too many meme cars in this showcase. There's just a few. So we will see some cars that are not really made for... My pedals just shifted. My pedals just shifted. Okay, we're back to normal now. There aren't too many cars that are like prepped for this. There aren't going to be too many cars that are not well prepped for this showcase, so I'm hoping that pretty much the standards of these cars will just be quick for the most part. That 55 horsepower car is a meme car, yes, so get ready for that. It is terrible looking, and I believe it has a 3. Like, the realities are, as long as it actually fit the rules, it doesn't really matter what you submit, but it's not gonna be my choice, obviously. It's just here for fun and to clog up the scoreboard a little bit. Honestly, I was surprised with the response to this showcase. I'm happy that so many people chose to submit. I think that was about the same as the last lap. 47.6. Yeah, close but not quite. So, we're done with the Innova. What we can hopefully do now, if competitive scenarios are off, is we can just pick the next car in the scenario and not have to reload the map. UNNU is what this one is called. And let's give it a go. I don't know if I have the setting ticked or not. But it basically just means it only has to reload the car. And then you can do this. And it doesn't reset you to the it doesn't reset you to the start of the race. Okay, we cannot do this trick. It's not going to work. It's all good. It just means the stream is going to be a little longer because we're constantly having to reload the map. Yeah, it is PTSD. There's no doubt about that. Man, oh man. So, whenever we do these... Okay, let's talk about this car first, then we'll talk about some of the topics, because I like to have a discussion instead of just having it be solidly car stuff. But anyway, so this one is made by Biggie Hugs. It is the UNNU rally. I don't know how that's supposed to be pronounced. It's like almost like Uno. Unu rally. Boxer 4, 373 horsepower and basically minimum weight. This is more of a van type vehicle. It's interesting. Let's give it a go. I think, yeah, all-wheel drive, good. First reset and then choose the car? Yeah, and that might work. If it resets the checkpoints. I believe that the issue with the thing not letting us do it is it doesn't reset the checkpoints. I remember I had... Okay, we do have to go into first again. I remember I had issues with that before, so that's why we couldn't load this car back into the right place. It just doesn't reload the scenario, so it won't even reload the checkpoints. Oh, understeer... Okay, first gear is an absolute necessity in this car. It does have, it's only 370 something horsepower, I say only. But only sometimes is a good thing. We don't want to have so much power that we're absolutely... Sorry, I missed a gear change. We don't want to have so much power that we're cooking the tires and we're just not driving very well. In this case, maybe it's not enough. I think that the issue with this car is actually exclusively based on traction. The traction control is going mental right now. So that was our first over a minute lap, but that was a scruffy lap. So let me put that into the thing. So we have, it's 62 seconds, 0.3. Rear wheel drive? Yeah, I'm hoping that there's not too many rear-wheel drive. I'm hoping there's not too many rear-wheel drive cars because that is dangerous for me. All-wheel drive is literally all I can drive. But I think that Vandium that we ran first was rear-wheel drive, and it has a decent time, so we shall see. Okay, let's go for it. I'm going to give this car another beans. I think this one's a weird one. It's going to actually have to be dropped into first in order to get around some of these corners. Like that. Basically any slow corner we may as well go down into first. That corner maybe being an exception. Ooh, it's understeery. Yeah, I think this one could use a little bit more time in the oven in terms of the tuning. It's not bad, it's not horrible. I have driven much, much worse cars, but so far today it's definitely the least sordid feeling of the vehicles that I've driven. But I think we can still choke out a decent lap from it. It's just going to be through the ringer to get it to where I want it to be. So I was talking about this before, but I have to disassemble my sim rig because I'm moving. I really wanted to have this whole setup in the sim rig, like I wanted to do this stream in the sim rig, but it's got to go into boxes, so it's not going to happen. That was a sub 1 minute lap, so I'm going to say that is all that this thing is going to get. 59 seconds and 8.9, we'll round it. Not bad. So if we hit retry, let's try the way to do this. If we retry and then we pick a new vehicle, is it going to screw it? Oh, this one's a nice looking car as well. This is going to be a fun one, I think. Will this mess it up? Man, some of these cars take a while to load. This one has some significant... Oh! Did we get it? I think we might have found the workaround here, if this works. Because that was a lot quicker than reloading the game, so thanks for that idea. Alright, let's introduce this car. So this one is made by Anarchy99. You can tell, so I've been skipping the red cars on the list, and that's just because they got DQ'd for various reasons. The reasons are actually written in the spreadsheet, but I have them hidden right now just so that we can see the spreadsheet easier. But this one, made by Anarchy99, is the Yuri Cosmo RS, and this is very much exactly what I was hoping for when asking for these submissions. This is the type of stuff I wanted to see. This is just beautifully done. It has a great interior. It's just a nice car in general, so I'm happy that it's here. B6, Boxer 6, 455 horsepower, and it is basically minimum weight as well, based on the standards that we set. So let's go for it. Let's see how it does. This one revs all the way up to 11,000. The timer doesn't work. Okay, now it does work. It won't stop me! I don't know if you guys noticed that or not, but it will not... Hold on a second. The scenario is completely broken because the checkpoints are gone. Yeah, okay, we have to restart the map every time. There's no way around it. Oh, man. Okay. I tried. Yeah, I think this is going pretty okay. I was a little bit worried that things were going to be rough, but it's not going too bad. So the green screen behind me is just for show. We're not actually going to do any green screen stuff. Literally, I have it there because this room echoes like crazy without it, so we're keeping the green screen. Alright, let's hit it. Yuri Cosmo RS real run. With timing and all that stuff. 11,000 RPM. Oh my goodness. So this car revs like a rotary, and it understeers like a... Man, oh man, I'm gonna struggle with this. I can already tell you that. Get back in the lane, please, oh car. Let's go first, and then... Nah. I honestly might hold just third for the rest of the run, like, but it's this car is insane. Like, it tips the... It's ridiculously rev happy. So we're tripping the rev limiter just with, like, even the slightest tap of the throttle. The force feedback is fighting me every step of the way here. I'm gonna try the rest of the track. I know this time is gonna be crap, but it's basically just to see... Ooh, darn. Did I... Oh my goodness, yeah, that was not a good lap. I just realized something that is extremely important that I did not do. So, hold on a second. Bindings for vehicles. We got the brakes obviously working. Where is the... Yeah, we'll have to try parking brake. I'm going to put it on C. There we go, button 21. So I just realized through a series of unfortunate events there that I did not have the handbrake. Yeah, okay, it's set now. I did not have the handbrake set, which is extremely dumb. Anyway, let's try that again. That was dumb. I didn't have the handbrake actually mapped. You want cat videos on the green screen? I mean, we could. That might be more interesting than me. Oh, I see. So your car's built for the dirt. Wait, is this yours? Well, we'll see. Let's go for it. So yeah, this car, maybe it's better in a different scenario, but I'm struggling with it on the asphalt. The only reason really is it revs to the absolute top of the range in every single sense. Going down into first is pointless. Going into third is almost pointless because we still hit the top of the range. So it's a tough one to drive, basically, is what I'm getting at. It's going to take some getting used to. I just think that this is the type of car where I'm not particularly fast with it, but I do feel like somebody else could really wring some speed out of it. Oh, that's upside down. So yeah, fourth gear is probably the highest gear we've gotten to. I should have hit the handbrake, in this entire thing so far. This is not straight. That's probably straight. Hopefully. Yes. So third gear here, but then we'll drop to second. And as soon as you hit that clutch, it just like launches off to the side. It just feels bad to ring it out in the top gear. Oh, I missed a checkpoint. Okay, I'm trying it. Well, Midnight Racer, I apologize for my poor showing with your car. Well, if it was made for dirt, I guess we may as well try to get off the track a little bit. If you check the style score, I believe this is one of my highest rated cars. So I really want it to do well in the driving. But if I have to drive it for some kind of challenge, I'm going to lose, unfortunately. It's not slow. Okay, this is the checkpoint I missed last time. Ooh, hold it together now. Hold it together, please. Oh, darn. Come on. Okay, that's 64 seconds, I think. Yeah, 64 seconds. Oh, okay. I'm going to hit it off 64 seconds, 0.1, 2. Thank you for your submission. I'm sorry that I just absolutely screwed it. Okay, let's try a different one. This one is the Laza. This one is made by Dim Sum. Or Dim Sim. I almost said Dim Sum. Got food on my mind. Group A. Let's give it a go. The style score is still there. It's just in one of the hidden ones. So if you want to see it on the spreadsheet, you can just press here. And now style score has replaced performance. So as you can see, the last car that we drove, the Yuri, was an 8. And this one is a 6.5. But for some of the previous cars are rated quite high. So but I have it hidden just so that the scoreboard isn't taking up the entire screen. That's basically what we're doing here. I feel like my own webcam is too big right now anyways, but I'm doing that because I want to make the scoreboard bigger, and it just looks weird if I'm smaller next to the scoreboard. So yeah, this car is a V6, and it's very easy to tell which one it is based on the graphics. 400 horsepower and basically 1,300 kilos. So let's run the Dim Sims Laza Group 4. Just for a quick look, it's all-wheel drive. I see a diff at the front, I see a diff at the back. All-wheel drive. V6 is a new one for us today. We have only run boxer 6s. Oh, that was a tight turn in. That was actually good. That was really good. In fact, surprisingly quick. Okay, so it's... we've already been doing this in the past, but if a car doesn't look as good as maybe it should, the assumption is that whoever tuned it didn't tune it that well. It's like, oh, they didn't put a lot of effort into the looks. Maybe they didn't put that much effort into the tuning either. But sometimes people don't put any effort into the looks because they're too busy working on the tuning, and I think this one might be a case for that. Ooh, caught it. Holy smokes, that was fast. That was 47. That's second place. 47.506. So we'll just do 5-1. Nice. That was quite fast. Let me try it again. I think I might be able to wrangle a bit of time out of it. But that was a very quick run, actually. That was darn quick. Oh yeah, I will... So, for the winners, I'm going to double check their validity in terms of the rules as well. So if I pick some winners and they're actually not conforming to the rules, then I'll have to re-choose, obviously. I don't want to accidentally pick the 2 fastest cars and find out that I messed up when I was reviewing them. So, yeah, don't get too hyped before we crown the champions, because they might be DQ'd due to my own missing of the rule stuff. This corner, that was a tough cut, but it didn't actually work out that well. Stuff is falling off of my desk because of the wheel vibration. That was quicker. That was probably the top time. 46. That's the fastest car so far. 46.22. Nicely done. Alright, let's go on to the next one. This one I had to rename because the file wasn't named properly. So that's why the file name is ridiculously long and broken and stuff. But yeah, should work, hopefully. What was I going to talk about? Yikes, I had plans. So yeah, this channel is kind of slowly turning into a sim rig, not sim rig, but turning into like a sim racing channel. Automation is still my kind of main game, and I believe it not always will be, but at least for the foreseeable future. Let's talk about this car first, then we'll get into some of the other stuff. So this car is the Group A rally car Kings of Battle, and it says Subaru on the back of it, which is funny. And it has a very un-Subaru-like, this sucker has a V12 in it. And it has 611 horsepower. Also, this V12 is transverse and non-turbo, which is pretty whack. 612 horsepower, V12, minimum weight. So it's... I think it's rear-wheel drive. This car is absolutely whack and definitely not a Subaru clone. Oh no, it's all-wheel drive. There's a diff in there somewhere. It's deep in there. Okay, all-wheel drive, thank goodness, because that much power rear-wheel drive was not going to work out well no matter what. Order that we're going in is literally just the order of the spreadsheet. It's based on who submitted first to who submitted last. There's no like specific thing for that. I honestly just do it because I have to. Also, this car is run to 12,000 RPM. Oh my goodness. So yeah, this car is as light as it can possibly be, with almost as much power as the top end cars that we will. Third gear wasn't even necessary there. With almost as much power as the top end cars that we will see coming up soon. Ooh, let's go down into second and then rip around this corner. Genius. Second again. I'm gonna have to get this one another run. And yeah, just because of stuff like this. I think this car is fast though. I think that this power setup is actually ridiculously quick. 48 something, I think? 49. Let's put that on the board. 49.0. 49.10. We're going rounded. Let's try that again. And second gear. We will never leave second gear. No, we leave it a couple times. I think the first corner needs to be cut tight if I want a good lap time. Whoa! Okay, that's the first flip over of the day. I wasn't anticipating that at all. Hard on the brakes. I need to be harder on the brakes and not come out so wide on that turn. This one, you gotta cut in as well. And then as I've learned here, it doesn't make any sense to huff it through that corner with this car. It will just roll over. Although I feel like this lap time might actually be slower than the previous one, unless I can keep it off the grass in the later stage. Down in the gears, around the corner. First gear, second gear, third, down into second. Yes, stay out of the boards. Oh, that was faster. A document just fell off my desk. We're gonna throw the rest of the documents off the desk. Just so that they don't fall by themselves. 48.97. Pretty good. That's 5th place overall, I think. Or maybe less than that because there are multiple cars and times in here. Not bad. Thank you, Kings of Battle. Kings of Battle MK 2.0. Next one, Jeber G29. G29 Perf. I think they were saying that they want me to run it with a G29. I suspect that that's what the what the thing was there. Chase the train, CJ. So yeah, like what I was saying before I interrupted myself and went on to talk about that car is basically this channel is still automation, although I'm trying to do other stuff, and we have more sim racing stuff coming because I have more wheels coming from manufacturers that they're sending me, which is really cool. So it's a lot of fun to be able to review these. Now this is the You're Not That _ guy. That's the name of the builder. The Jeber G29 Perf, which to me sounds like use the Logitech G29. V12, 725 horsepower. This is one of the most powerful cars that we'll run in this entire showcase. Please be all-wheel drive. Definitely rear and definitely front. And as you saw, V12, minimum weight. So yeah, power to weight ratio is absolutely off the charts. It's even higher than the last car, which got a decent time under 50 seconds. So let's give it a go. Not a lot of design on this one, so it's probably not going to get through unless it's wickedly fast. 12,000 RPM. So funny story, there are... That's a tree. That is a tree. There are two cars in this showcase that have the same engine. Somebody submitted their car with the same engine as somebody else, which is kind of funny and interesting. There was no rule specifically saying you can't share engines with your friends. But, yeah, so there are two cars with the exact same engine, exact same power plant, and I forgot where they are on the spreadsheet. But it was weird to export them because it had problems with overlapping engines. Or import, actually. Oh, my pedals just disappeared. Come back, ye pedals. I pushed them away. Oh, this car is going to need a second run just because of the pedal issue, but I want to see what it'll do in this first run. This is a fast car, and that was the wrong gear for that pull. Holy crap. Did I see 45? What the heck? I pushed the pedals away, and we still managed to get a 45. It turns out high power is really king in this. I didn't think that was going to be the case. I got to do better at holding the pedals together with my left foot here. 45 seconds. That is the fastest by almost a full second, and that was the scruffiest lap on the planet. So let's see if I can do any better than that. I do feel like when I get talking, I get into a bit of a flow state with the driving. Ooh, and it just goes well. And then when I really try, it doesn't go well like that. That was a fail. Let's do it again. One of the things I'm very curious about with the whole ratio setup that I'm going to try, I should probably have already implemented this into the spreadsheet, but here we are without it. Maybe I will get that ready before the next stream, but basically, if this car happens to win, like, it's definitely not the best designed car. It's pretty basic, and I suck at driving it. It may win in terms of points just because it has the best time, but it'll have to be like slightly weighted in the factor of style, maybe. We'll figure it out. Okay, so I've been going too fast around these corners with this car, trying to get the absolute best time possible out of it, extract the entire works out of this car. Whoa, that was bumpy. Let's go down into first, cut that corner. This is the place that I was slow on before because of the pedal issue. Second gear is king on this car, absolute rip and tear. Oh no! That was gonna be a crazy time. Although I think it was still gonna be 45 something, so based on where we were at, I'm gonna call that good. That's good enough. We got a 45-second run out of that car, so it is what it is. Next, CRM. I can see that the creator of this car is in the chat. You can see the beads of sweat on my forehead. No. It's better to not be worried about it. Cinnamon roll. How goes the battle? That sounds like something my dad would say. So, we've actually managed to do 7 cars, which is half of my goal, and it's only been an hour, 25 minutes. Actually, it's only been an hour, 8 minutes, because I spent a bunch of that time trying to make the thumbnail. But, yeah, so this car is made by Cinnamon Roll. It is the CRM Heister, a B6, 473 horsepower, 1,240 kilos, and you can see rear diff, front diff, so all-wheel drive, nice looking car, love orange. I'm an absolute sucker for orange. So let's see this thing on the track. Let's see how it goes. Hello from New Zealand. My name is Andrew. Let's go for it. Oh yeah, because I'm a dad, I'm legally obligated to make dad jokes whenever humanly possible. So, sorry, not sorry. Oh man. You know, one of the weird things about not streaming for a while, I think it's been almost a year since I had a stream because I've just been super busy. But busy with fatherhood, so it's like, it's the good kind of busy. Oh, does that count? That counts. Honestly, anything other than some of the disasters we've been running today feels good to drive. This is going to be a crazy time. Oh, 46. The wheels go nuts. 47. Not bad. I think I can do better. 47.232. Let's do 24. 47.24. So, the funny thing about being a dad is that time has flown by like crazy, to the point that my daughter is almost a year old already, which is just nuts. That time has flown by so fast. It's been an absolute rocket ship of a year. And you've probably noticed my performance on YouTube has suffered because of it, but I do see that as being an honorable trade-off. Oh my goodness, this car wants to kill me. Let's just keep it in second around some of these corners instead of braking and just try to flow through the corners. This one will have to brake though, because this is just a tight hairpin. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. Nice, nice. Second. That going on the grass there because there's bumps is not actually quicker. And 44 something. I think that's the fastest time. 44 seconds. See what a practice lap can do. 44.44. Very nicely done. That is currently the victor of the times category, the performance category. Nautilus is next. We got an ocean theme going on. Okay, I'm going to jump ahead on the spreadsheet because we are getting down in there. And yeah, congratulations Cinnamon Roll so far on the victory. I think because your car has quite a high score. Yeah, you got a 7.5. So compared to the 6 from the other car, your car should be technically winning this whole showcase based on the ratio stuff. But at the end of the day, it's my choice, so we'll see who actually comes out on top. Alright, this car made by Xenu, the Nautilus Laguna, themed after the ocean, colored after the ocean, and Subaru livery on there. All-wheel drive. This one is a V12 700 and... oh, are you noticing a pattern here? 725 horsepower. This one is the same engine as the Jeeber G29 Perf, which has a 45-second run. So theoretically, these cars should be very, very similar. I can go over the style points at the end, but I think what I'll do probably is in the final stream, we'll do a rundown of everybody that's doing well. I do notice that the rear wheels are tucked in very sharply, but I think I have a suspicion that that is the case because they forgot about the tire requirements. They couldn't be much wider than anything else. But yeah, these cars not really fitting the style and therefore very unlikely to get chosen for the actual Cone Dodger competition. But there's basically two separate ways to win this showcase. You either win with the style, win with the times, and therefore the ratio between the two, and therefore you win. But the second way is to be part of the next stage with Cone Dodger. So only two get that lucky. Let's go for the Nautilus. Let's see how it does. It's going to be an interesting car. It has 725 horsepower. It's the same engine as that other one, so let's see how it does. The rear suspension seems mega soft, but I was just thinking that same engine does not mean same transmission. So if they copied each other, I hope that they brought over the transmission from that other car too, because that was a pretty well set up trans. I think they did, because it feels very much the same. Oh yeah, it feels good. Like, this car, even though it's really, to be honest, it's not a very good looking car. It is, it's kind of hideous, and it doesn't fit the goals that I'm looking for. But it is fast, which is fun. And that by itself is a 46 second something? 47. So on my first run, 47.06, rounded that thing up. Oh my goodness. Let's try that again. This car actually cruises really well in first. It doesn't need second as much. If you tune, that was a corner cut. If you tune your top gear really specifically, then it's not getting used in this challenge. But it might, like, I might end up regretting picking such a short course, because if the challenges that I end up doing with Cone Dodger are very long track based, we are straight up screwed, because all my performance testing is based on this. I want to win that challenge, but like, I'm not gonna cry if I don't. It's just for fun. This car is stable. This car is very well tuned, I would say. It's just a really nice driving car, but it's not fast enough, even with that much power. 46.52, not 22. But it's not fast enough with that, even with that power, to actually make it to where it needs to go. I think the part of the issue with that one is it's actually 127 kilos heavier than its brethren with the same engine. I just think that might be its issue, and that's probably why it's not as fast. So the Altina? I was going to say Athena, but that's not an H. That's the one. Yeah, I don't know. I think, like, with this type of showcase, that there obviously are some people who just take more care, and that's just how it goes with every showcase is the same. Some people just submit Model 1, Trim 1, default, like, nothing, right? And then what am I going to do with that? So in the future, I might be more selective about that kind of thing, but I do want to, for the sake of this showcase, because our laps are super short, we may as well. I've already reviewed all these cars. We're going to run them. But in the future, especially if there's a lot of submissions, I might just hack 50 right off the top of just ones that don't work for the theme. I've done it before, and I don't like doing it because I hate that people put effort into a submission, even if it's a lazy one. They put effort into a submission. They want me to look at it. They want to see it on the stream, and then it doesn't happen. I just feel bad. I guess I'm a bit too much of a... I want to please people, I guess. So this car is made by Broken Ursa, the Altina Agino. I think I got that close. i5, 366.4 horsepower, and basically minimum weight. Lovely blue, a little bit modern and very short. I don't think this car is supposed to have a rear door. I like the McDonald's sign on it though. Rear wheel drive? No, all-wheel drive. Let's do it. Let's give her a run. With this much power, I'm not expecting the world, but I am hoping for something quick. We're always hoping for something quick. Legit on this track, control matters more, understeer matters. Lack of understeer matters more than anything. Is it mid-engine? Well, if you count behind, the engine mass is all behind the front axle, so I guess it's technically front mid-engined, which would be like an Infiniti G35 style. The front midship is what they call that car. Nissan marketing term. Okay, come on now. Let's get around that corner. So this one's main issue just from the first corner is it has really bad understeer issues. So you basically what that means is you turn into a corner and you overshoot the corner like significantly because your turn just doesn't feel like it's actually doing anything. So I don't know how they've accomplished that, whether it's just like a bias issue with the driveline or some kind of tire setup problem, maybe suspension. Could be a lot of things, but it definitely is something that this car struggles with, and that is what is going to be its downfall in terms of time. Basically, in order to get it around a corner successfully, I need to fight it. And we still managed to scrub out a 57-second lap, I think, 57.6. So I'll put that on the board. 6.47, I'll just do 6.5. Let me give it another shot. Okay. Ooh, this is just a bad corner for this car. It will not take that one nicely no matter what I do. It's all good. Oh my goodness. Keep in the power. That's the only way to make that one do anything. Yeah, it tops out first gear real quick. Rumble strip. Barrier. Okay, I'm done with this one. Let's move on to the next. So we'll go here and then just grab a new scenario. DU. Oh yeah, this one. Made by Willis. Look inside the car and move the steering wheel. I see how it is. Somebody put some detail into the game. Yeah, getting fancy. Hey, I appreciate the extra effort in trying to make something cool. It's fun to see when people put extra effort into stuff. I remember. Oh man, we gotta talk about this. Okay, let's go into the car. We're looking at the wheel. Oh my goodness, that's really cool. That's super cool. What else is in the car? I mean, it's a fully done interior. It looks really cool. Looks really nice. Hey, that's super cool. You guys can see my wheel moving, right? I think you can in the preview. But yeah, the little orange tick on my wheel is pretty much exactly the same location as the top of the wheel in this. I like it. Thanks for adding that kind of detail in. It's cool. So, Willis, your car is the Duesenberg Slasher Rally i4 engine, which is strange for this. You would think it'd have a V8 based on the body, but it's an i4 with 353.8 horsepower and 1,290 kilos of mass. Let's go for it. Let's see how this one does. I really just love the chin spoiler and the way that that's set up. This that sort of stuff just appeals to me in a deep emotional level. Let's give it a shot. I'm nervous. I'm scared. Oh, it's rear wheel drive. Okay, hoping for the worst. This i4 sounds meaty, by the way. Oh, the grill material's broken? That's funny. Oh man. We're gonna have some fun with this one, I think. So the gearing is definitely not oriented for this kind of track, and it wants to spin out at every opportunity. Third gear actually seems like the home base for this on this track setup, and it wants to kill me. That was close. Okay, I want to get a good lap into this, so we'll do one lap here, and then we'll do a second to give it a try to get the start proper. But this car is not going to be quick, unfortunately. It looks great, but it's not going to be quick. Let's go down to the second for this. I really should have got my shifter set up for this, because hitting the paddles is causing me anxiety. Third, fourth. Not bad. Actually, that's better than I thought it was going to be. At 55 seconds. It's 54.89. That's not terrible. Let's do it again. Long straight roads, I can see that with the gearing. It's based on an American boat, but you didn't give it a V8, so not an American, but maybe an American in the chat can formally reject you for your use of an i4. I mean, there are cars like this with i4s, but they're not as legendary, that's for sure. I remember back in the day, my grandma, grandma on my dad's side, she's since passed away, but she had an old like Buick, and it was basically a K car style, although it's not a K car, it's not a Chrysler. But man, oh man, was that thing basically just like this, and I believe it had a V6, but it was a dog, like it was slow as heck. It was brutally slow. No, this was gonna be a sick lap. That was gonna be a sub 50-second lap. One more time. This car is like, it hates anything except for third gear. It will not do any sort of driving in anything less. Third gear or death. Oh man. Okay, I'm giving it one more attempt, but we're gonna stick with the 54 seconds if not. Yeah, okay. Down into second, come on. Okay, this time it's gonna be better. The lap that I had it going was like a real good, just flowing lap. Everything flowed together nice. Actually, one thing I respect about this car is that rear-wheel drive, but not tail-happy in the slightest. If you keep it within the reasonable ranges, I would say, oh, that was absolute crap there on my part. Down into second. And then spin around here. This is the final main corner. Come on. Fourth. Okay, that's better. That was a lot better. That's something I can sleep comfortably knowing that I actually managed a 52.90 on this car. So, whew, good. Nicely done. Next, we have the Kalos RS. Kalos RS, that's this one. Boom. Working steering wheel, not so working steering. It's not that bad, especially compared to one of the other cars we ran. When it understeers, you just feel like there's no control. That car wasn't bad for understeering. It wasn't too bad for oversteering either, but the previous one we did was super bad for the understeering. It's like basically uncontrollable. Okay. So yeah, thank you, Willis, for your submission. Just because I couldn't drive it fast doesn't mean it's not good. Oh, this one's broken too. Okay, we're gonna have to put a star next to this, and we're gonna have to put a star next to this one up here as attempt to re-export because it is totally screwed. Next, we're not even gonna waste time on that one. If I can't get it to re-export, then I'm gonna throw it in the trash. No, that's not true. I do want to drive every car if we can. Carnage Asphalt. Yeah, so for those of you unfamiliar with that error, basically I believe what's going on is the car is exploding and it's causing the game to force itself to pause to not crash. Something like that. I've had it happen twice so far this stream. So we'll just uh, we'll just give that one a no for now. We'll come back and try it again in another time. Boys, I'm gonna go for another 10 minutes. That means we can probably get in 3 more, this one and 2 more, hopefully. And that is actually not bad overall. I think that's a really good place for the first stream, because next time I come at this, we'll already have everything good to go, right? We got the track picked, the intro done, everything's good. We could just jump into the actual racing. So, this car is made by Slug Summoner. It is the Zerion. That's Ion on the back of it. So, Zerion Co-Carnage Asphalt. Boxer 6, 629 horsepower, which is a lot, and basically minimum weight. This one has a rear mid-engine, still all-wheel drive. Let's see how it does. Yeah, thanks for the car, and thank you for sticking around for the stream. Sleep well. I'm gonna go to sleep in like 10 minutes anyways too, so it's a good time to sleep, especially when you got kids. Like, my goodness, man, I have no energy. Okay, let's give this one a run. 629 horsepower, very hopeful. All-wheel drive, mid-engine, should be good. Second gear absolutely rips hard on this car, and the steering is magnificent. Wow, shocking. Okay, second gear. Trusty second gear. I can go faster on that corner. Mid-engine cars have a significant advantage. Okay, hard. Third gear. We'll drop to second for this corner. That's a cut. There was no way around that. Guys, I think Cinnamon Roll is about to lose his crown. Yeah, I think so. That was 44. That's the top time, but not by much. 44.08. Holy smokes, that was quick. That is the smoothest lap we've done. That is just shockingly quick and amazingly smooth. I really appreciate that kind of tuning level. Crazy. Let's do it again. I feel like I can choke out an even harder time on this car, because as soon as I got into it, I just felt confident. So it feels good to be confident in a vehicle. That being said, I could choke hard on this lap and just absolutely screw it, right? So you never know. See, second gear, we top out there, so we don't need anything else here. You don't even need brakes around that corner. Third gear here because we get up to a decent clip. Down into first. Hard. Second, third. Brakes, second. No corner cut that time. And stay in second for the turnover. Cut this corner as hard inside as we can and just hammer. That's going to be like a 42 or 43. 43, ooh. Definitive victory. 3, 2, 1. That is the best driving car that I have. This is the best driving car I've driven today. So thank you, Slug Summoner, for that one. My goodness, that I appreciate driving cars that are just nice. Man, oh man, that was an upset. I feel 90. Oh geez, there's a couple 92s. Sastava. Let's go for it. This one is rear-engined, apparently. Okay, so what I'm noticing so far, just looking at the spreadsheet, and you can see it all in its in its glory right there is it seems like high-powered cars are truly doing the best. Although Cinnamon Roll being the exception, being in the 400s. But that last car was 620 something horsepower, and that's hard to beat. That being said, we got another one coming up here. This one is made by Strixel. It's the 1992 Sestava Maglenica. Going back to phonics school, boys. i5, 325 horses, 1373 kilos is a bit of a chunker. Let's see how it does. Oh, something, this is important for my own. It's rear engined, but it's okay, it's rear drive as well. All-wheel drive, good. Thank you. Wheel spin. Oh no. Oh no, you can usually tell right out of the gate if it's going to be a tough lap. No. Oh boy. This one's going to be tough, guys. This is going to be a tough one. And I blame that on my incompetence with cars that are very oversteery and not as grippy as I'm used to. After driving that previous car, I have to reel myself in a bit because we're going to be doing that a lot unless we start in third in every corner. No, the slowest of oversteers. There. Let's go for it. Yeah, I think I agree with that one, is that it's got too much weight in the rear. Maybe just the way that it's balanced isn't ideal for these tighter sections. It does need a bit of a touch though. Like this car, as you can tell, just if you get on the throttle at all, it just basically gives up on you and just wants to spin. So it takes a bit of a delicate touch to get it around the laps. It looks great. Like this is a very good looking car, and I believe its style score reflects that, although I don't know what the style score is off the top of my head. But the timing score is not going to be amazing because I can't even get it around a corner. So I'm going to cap its laps at whatever we get here, just because I honestly don't think I can do better within a reasonable time frame. Let's just try second gear starts so that when we build power, we're not building it into wheel spin immediately. I think, oh, you know what part of the problem is? It's running off-road tires. Those look like chunky off-road tires. I think. So let me put that down. That's 76 seconds. If we retry, yeah, those are off-road tires. Man, oh man, yeah, I guess maybe a tire choice wasn't the best. Okay, let's call it on that one. Thank you for the submission. I really love the styling of that one, but it just doesn't drive well on this track. Let's go for this next one, which I'm gonna have to take some time to attempt to pronounce. And I think after that I'm gonna call it. This will be our last car of the night, unless it's broken, in which case we'll do a different one. But last car of the night. The tarmac stuff, I'm pretty sure I said that before the full submission. It was before the 24 hours, right? Oh, I said I was going to call it, but I was going to do like 3 more. Okay, let's give this one the last run. It's a nice looking car, a lovely little Lancia. This one is made by Taycal. It is the Sagritari, that's all I can do, Alpha HF Integrate Group A. This one looks good. i4, 464 horsepower, basically minimum weight, just 9 k's above it. 9 kg, not 9,000. That would be bad. Rear wheel drive, all wheel drive. I see drive shafts. Let's do it. Let's do it. Ooh. Oversteer. Understeer. Feels good, this one. Actually feels really good. Definitely not as planted as that other car that we had. And I think first gear is the grab. Oh, except here. Ooh, wow, it gets going quick when you start moving it. This car has some speed behind it. It's got some serious momentum, and when you grab those gears, it like launches forwards. But I do feel like first is actually the play around most corners with this car. For a decent starting time, oh my goodness, it wants to die on the racing wheel, of 47 seconds. That's pretty average so far, so I'm going to give it another go. Yeah, honestly, so one of the things we've been talking about with automation is like, people love to say that automation is dead, right? They're like, man, automation is dead, no updates since April or whatever. But I don't think that that's the case. I'm really hopeful for that supercharger update. I've been waiting for it for a while now, as you might suspect, as most of us have been. Oh man, can't let off the gas. But I'm hopeful that that'll rejuvenate the game, as all the big updates usually do. So don't count automation out yet. Big updates take time, so first gear still. Second, third. Ooh, that was a good time. Oh my goodness. 45 seconds. This has some serious potential in it. This one really, this one could do a lot, I think. But, I wrote that on the wrong one. I wrote it in the wrong section. 45,291. You know that it's time to end the stream when I've written stuff in the wrong sections. But that's it for the stream. For this stream so far. For the stream series so far. So thank you everybody for watching. Crowning a winner of the stream so far, we've got the Cinnamon Roll in second, and the top car is the Slug Summoner, or Slug Summoners Xeron Co-Carnage Asphalt. It definitely brings some carnage to the asphalt with a time in the 43-second range. Yeah, we got some cool cars to run still. There's lots of stuff left on the leaderboard. It goes down to 73, but there's only 69 submissions, of which 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them are gone. So we have 63 actual cars to run, and we actually managed to do a decent amount of them today. So that's pretty exciting. There's going to be a lot of fun stuff coming up. And yeah, I'm pumped. Before you leave the stream though, definitely leave a like on the video. And yeah. Oh, thanks Ricky for the donation. I appreciate it. $5 going straight into my Project Car Fund. So thank you. I'm curious though, what does this do? Like if I hit this heart, does it just like spam out a bunch of hearts in the chat? Anyways, boys, like I was gonna say before I really interrupted myself, but it does not do anything to the chat. Yeah, there's a button on my screen where I can put out hearts and stuff, and I guess it just means nothing. I also turned off ads for this stream, by the way, so you hopefully wouldn't be interrupted during it. Let me know if you were. The goal is to not be. But anyways, basically automation. hopefully coming back strong with the supercharger stuff. Automation YouTube isn't as big as it used to be. That's just how it is. My channel used to do super well. I used to get north of 10,000 views every automation video I made, but it's just not how it goes anymore. And I definitely have been slacking, so I don't expect that kind of stuff these days. I'm just having fun. And so that's why it's cool to jump in here with 20 of you guys and just run some cars and have fun and not really care about the numbers. It's all good. So, thank you guys for watching. I'm going to turn off the wheel because it's blowing cold air into my face. This wheel has a cooling fan, if you didn't know. Yeah, the only ad is that this stream is sponsored by Camus. And other than that, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys soon. More stuff to come. And hopefully I can stream again soon. But for now, I gotta go to bed. I might be able to stream tomorrow. We'll see. But yeah, thank you, Rick, for the donation. Thank you, everybody, for checking out the stream. Thank you for all the submissions. Thanks to Cone Dodger for helping me out with setting all this stuff up and for the challenge. And good night, everybody. See you again soon. If I can remember how to end a stream.